Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Coming up in the second hour, we have Catherine Austin Fitz joining us today to talk about the economy, the latest developments with the Iran situation. Always insightful and informative. We're going to have open phones in the first, second, and third hour today. The toll-free number to join us on any of the issues I raise or any news items you want to talk about or questions or comments you have, 1-800-259-9231, 800-259-9231 on this Tuesday, the 24th day of August, 2010 transmission. Okay, I always attempt to do this, and I'm never successful because I'll start covering one article, meaning just to go over the headlines, and then I'll get bogged down on one story. Let me just attempt to go over the stacks of news that I have here in front of me. Here is the police state biometric grid stack. Fingerprint check-in tried at 24-hour fitness. You must thumbprint. New CANA considers tracking devices for students, RFID. Other schools are already doing it. Biometric iris scanning technology rolled out across entire city. And they say it'll be worldwide in the next 10 years. You'll have to retina scan to buy and sell. Germany to roll out ID cards with embedded RFID. That's just some of the news we have on that front. Also, Apple patent targets iPhone thieves, but jailbreakers too. What's a jailbreaker? Anyone that puts a program on the iPhone that's not authorized. Or, in the case of my wife, her iPhone won't jack into a certain type of broadband internet, so she's learned how to hook her iPhone into her iPad so that the iPad can do that. And PC World's reporting that Apple will just remotely break into your phone. That means they're surveilling what's on your phone. They admit they are. And that if they see you download a program that's not authorized, or if you jailbreak the iPhone or iPad, but in the case of cell phone service, the iPhone, to where you can get another cell phone service other than AT&T. You buy the phone, you go out, you break the software on it that doesn't let you get another phone service. You go out and get another phone service, Verizon or something else. They can come in and kill your phone or take it over or wipe your phone. So just more evidence of control on that front. Also, there's incredible new hype that I've become aware of, and Matt Ryan was trying to tell me about this a few weeks ago. They actually posted a blurb about it on Infowars.com. Then I happened to see a newscast covering it this morning, and they're like, your computer is delivering hardcore drugs. We need to have the police raid your home. If your children are listening to this type of music or flashing lights on your computer, and then it cuts to one of the old things I've seen for 15 years, where when you play audio on the web, it shows the swirling random patterns. And they said that's a hardcore drug, and they want to pass laws to ban it. And here's USA Today. Web delivers new worry for parents, digital drugs. And I did some research on it. It's total quackery. In fact, here's a big Australian newspaper. The eye drugs don't work. Internet drugs, inexpensive digital drugs may sound a new alarm. And technically, there's some truth to this. It says they listen to this music and it uplifts them. It excites them. Well, what does Beethoven's Ninth Symphony do? If that floats your boat, certainly does mine. Or what does some AC/DC do with its high energy? They're now saying it's a drug and the government's coming. So we'll cover that, a bunch of economic news. I'll break it all down on the other side. It's just the news is getting crazier and crazier.
Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning trendsresearch.com.
The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal Trends Forecast and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year when any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs. Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit trendsresearch.com today. That's trendsresearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the simulcast of the radio show at prisonplanet.tv, you are seeing the hardcore drugs. We are reportedly transmitting illegal drugs right now. It's techno music from the 1990s with some pulsing snowflake images, and this is reportedly hardcore drugs, and the government wants to pass laws to ban what you're listening to right now. Here is the news articles. Here's USA Today. Give me a document cam shot, man. It says, Web delivers new worry for parents, digital drugs. USA Today. Here's another one. Richmond Times-Dispatch. Inexpensive digital drugs may sound a new alarm. And then an Australian news report out of their technology section of stuff.co.nz, actually New Zealand. We got a bunch of mainstream articles telling the truth, saying the eye drugs don't work, internet drugs. But we've got all these newscasts about how incredibly dangerous it is. Here's one, eye dosing. Can you get high off of digital drugs? This is a total media government hoax. We've got all these newscasts with cops saying we've got to do something about this. It could lead to harder drugs. We've got to check your computers. Well, what do you think Wagner or Beethoven or the great classical composers do. I mean, when I was a child, my parents took me to many symphonies for the Dallas Symphony, and I remember being just rising up out of my chair, the energy of it and the magic of it. The majesty of being at the Grand Canyon on Christmas Day when we were camping as a child and walking out and seeing the little birds jumping around in the snow and the cold wind and the sun rising. Crisp and delicious. It's a drug, a natural drug. We know beauty. We know what's good. When you go watch your football team win or your soccer team, it stimulates natural endorphins because at a tribal level, you feel like your tribe has won. And what is the government saying? They want to give everyone forced vaccines. They have over 100 of these that are now being tested and approved to, quote, stop anxiety, stop emotion, stop stress. They want to put lithium in the water so you don't have anxiety. Anxiety is part of life. Are you eating a healthy diet? You drinking too much coffee? You know, they don't tell people don't give your kids soft drinks full of caffeine if they're hyper. Don't give them all these different dyes that admittedly are like amphetamines. No. Their answer is if your kid's hyper, put them on speed, Adderall, or Ritalin to burn out their brain. Over time, it will burn them out and they will be relaxed. Oh, you're a little depressed. Let's give you fluorine-based Prozac that admittedly massively increases mental illness and suicide. So let's play this music. Again, this is one of the most popular videos concerning, these eye drugs. And there's hundreds and hundreds of these on YouTube. And it's techno. I mean, I can't tell you in college how many clubs I went to. And yeah, you're jumping around, you're having a good time. And there's some truth to the flashing lights. That the government admits that you go into a type of lower brain pattern, very suggestible subconsciously, associated with sleep or daydreaming so they can program you when you're watching the flicker rate of television sets. So in a way, there's some truth to this. Music is highly suggestible. That's why the Pentagon promotes hardcore, heavy metal music and other things for the tank drivers and frontline combat troops. They've had PBS specials about that because it gets them fired up. That's why football teams in the locker room before the game and during halftime will play, high-energy music. It's why they play, exciting music during the breaks at sporting events to keep people all amped up. But the government is now saying this is a drug. Anything that can hype you up. And some people, it's George Strait. Some people, it's classical. Some people, it's rock and roll. People like myself, I mean, if it's good music, I like it all. But I particularly like classical. And so there's a small kernel of truth, but it's not a drug. It's inducing your body to produce endorphins because your soul, your intellect, the hardwiring of your electrochemical computer, the oil-based computer, that's what your brain is. It's over 70% water, but of the 25% or so that's solid, most of it is cholesterol. That's why they actually tell people that have seizures and epileptic problems to eat a high-fat diet, because it's been shown in many studies for over 50 years to stabilize the brain. But they won't tell people that now. They tell them, let's give you some hardcore drugs so you won't have these seizures, when a lot of times a high-fat diet of the proper types of fat will help you. I mean, now is eating fat a drug because it increases brain activity, it increases connectivity, it increases the overall power of your mind? Fat? Especially things like fish oil. Notice they're trying to make everything illegal that is empowering the people. And I think that, techno-type music is nothing but empowering. It's high energy, it's pulsating. A lot of times I'll be up here late at night and we're exhausted, and I'll say, hey, let's turn on some rock and roll, let's turn on some classical, let's turn on some techno, and, put on some headphones and go walk around in the parking lot, to get us jazzed back up so we can finish our work and keep our brains focused. Is that drugs? Am I on drugs? You better believe I'm on drugs. When I go in there and drink that coffee, that's a hardcore drug. But it's because it's a chemical going in, caffeine, and other things in the oils that are in coffee that also have an effect.